What's the motherfucking deal, YouTube? This your boy Dante Sports Talk live streams. Thank y'all guys for being out. I'm here with another season review of last year's teams. I'm starting with the non-playoff teams. Then I'm gonna start with all the playoff teams. Shout out to Honey Buns. Shout out to Miss Princess. Shout out to Jerron the King. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Miss Curly. Shout out to everybody that support me. Shout out to my boy Wilson. Shout out to my boy Zion. Shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, I was in the hospital late last night, and I'm back. I'm happy to be back, and I'm stronger than ever. So let's get right into the video. Here we talking about this next team that didn't make the playoffs. They finished ninth in the Eastern Conference. It was a massive failure of a season for these guys right here. I thought these guys would be one of the teams that they competed from the 8th spot. They were in the 8th spot from the middle of the year. Then they dipped down, but it was only one carrier. The one carrier that carried them, he just left into Boston in the off season, which I think is a good fit for Boston. His name is Kemba Walker, the Charlotte Hornets. 39 and 43 season. I think that was the same season that they finished a year ago prior to this year. They were terrible. They were bad last year. They was in a lot of games last year. They were in a lot of games, but Kemba Walker was the guy that carried this team and kept this team really afloat. Like I said, Kemba Walker, you couldn't ask no better player from Kemba Walker. He was all-star for the 3 straight years from the Charlotte Hornets. Basically, he's the Charlotte Hornets all-time leading scorer. And I'm not going to even talk about MVP. Y'all already know Kemba Walker is the Charlotte Hornets MVP. Each team, I pick an MVP for each team. But Kemba Walker is the MVP in Charlotte. He's the all-time leading scorer in Charlotte. Like I say, it was no doubt how sensational he was, man. Last year. Okay, 39 and 43. That was ninth in the Eastern Conference. They finished ninth. I won out of the AC from the Detroit Pistons, beat them out. Head coach James Farrago had an okay season for his first year head coach. Executive is Mitch Kupchak. You got Michael Jordan is the owner. They average 110.7 points per game. That's 19th in the NBA. They gave up 111 points per game. That was 17th in the NBA, so they wasn't great on defense either. Pace of play was 98, 21 out of 30 teams. Offensive rating was 12th in the league. That was 111. Defensive rating was 22nd, 12th in that's 22nd in the league. 12 points, 112.5 points. The MVP of this year for the Charlotte Hornets was no doubt Kemba Walker. Was no doubt. Kemba Walker, 25.6 points per game. He shot 84% from the free throw line, 51% from three from the field. Kemba Walker was very, very good. Nicholas Batum, ever since he got that contract, he cannot stay on the floor. I don't understand why Charlotte gave him a contract. He did not deserve that contract. He cannot stay on the floor. He had so many messed up arms to where he couldn't shoot. I don't know what the hell Charlotte was doing. Jeremy Lamb averaging 15.3 points per game. He did an awesome job helping out Kemba Walker. How about that big win against Toronto in Toronto where Jeremy Lamb hit that big shot? I think it was basically a half-court shot that he hit. He shot 88% from the free throw line. That was pretty good. Marvin Williams averaging 10.1 points per game. He's a bust, but he's a solid player. He's a solid three-point shooter. Cody Zeller, a bust. Never found his way in the league. 10.1 points per game. Miles Bridges had a pretty good rookie season. Been very impressed. Had a great dunk contest. 7.5 points per game. Had some big games, especially that game against the Houston Rockets. The first game that Miles Bridges came in, and he provided a spark in Houston when they did come back. How about Michael Kidd Gilchrist? Not good at all. A straight bust. He's a straight bust. We don't even talk about him. How about Tony Parker was okay. Tony Parker was okay this year. He averaged 9.5 points per game. You can't ask no better from Tony Parker. Someone who came from the San Antonio system with James Farrago. You got Dwayne Bacon, who's okay. He had a pretty decent rookie season. 7.3 points per game. That's not bad. Malik Monk stepped it up a notch this year. I thought he was very, very good this season. 8.9 points per game. How about Frank Pominski? A bust. He's not that good. He's not. Frank Pominski not that good. 8.8 points per game. He's not that good. Frank Pominski needs to find his way. Graham. How about Graham? Deontay Graham. He was okay. And this Matt Biombo, get the hell on. Willie Herman Gomez came by playing time. Shelvin Matt, no playing time. But like I say, hey, the Charlotte Hornets, I thought it was not a good season. It was a massive failure from the Charlotte Hornets. I thought they didn't improve at all. The only person that did improve was Kemba Walker. Jeremy Lamb improved a lot. Their defense wasn't even that good. Their defense was 17th in the league. I could say they were average, but that's not a good defensive team. Yeah, you gave up 111 points per game. Even anytime you give up stuff around there, that is not good at all. So like I said, man, Charlotte Hornets finished 39 and 43 as a team. That was the same record they finished from the previous year. Kemba Walker is the team MVP. He left and went to Boston. I thought that's a great fit for Boston. I think that's an upgrade for Boston. Uh, Not as a player on Kyrie Irving, but for his leadership, being able to, I think he can do better than Kyrie Irving with the young guys. I think he can play better in big game situations with Kyrie Irving in Boston. I thought it's a better system fit. Jeremy Lamb, who walked in free agency, who went to the Indiana Pacers. I thought that would be a big help from the Indiana Pacers. Deontay Graham, Travion Graham, my bad. I thought he did okay. He went to the Golden State Warriors. So it was a lot of moves being made, man. Like I said, from the Charlotte Hornets. The executive is Mitch Kupchak. The coach is James Borrego, who I thought did a fantastic job his first year in Charlotte. They was in the playoff picture. They was in the playoff spot for at least until the All Star break, until they fell off the face of the earth in the second half. And but Kemba Walker was basically the carrier of the team, but he's not no longer there. I thought it was time for Kemba Walker to go. I thought it was time for him to go to show how great he is and to be a part of a contending team, a team that wants to win, a team that needs to be in the playoffs. I thought it was time for Kemba Walker to go again. They averaged 110.7 points per game. That's 19th in the league. They averaged their defense was bad, was piss poor. Points scored against 11.8 points per game. That's 17th in the league. The pace to play was 98.7, 21 out of 30 teams. That's not good. And the offensive efficiency, 111. That's 12. And their defensive rating, 112. That's 22nd out of 30 teams. Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. What y'all guys think about the Charlotte Hornets season? What they do, what they need to improve on this year, going into 2020. Thank you, guys. I am out. Peace. I'm back. I'm gonna come back for more. Thank you, guys. Much love. I'm out. Peace. Shout out to everybody. Princess Payne. Shout out to my boy Jerome. My boy Wilson. Shout out to everybody. Thank you, guys. I'm out. And Miss Curly. Thank you, guys.